Kevin Thelwell has received a lot of criticism during his tenure at Rangers, and it looks like he might be about to receive some more as we get another episode of Thelwell and Friends. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. And Rangers have appointed a set-piece coach. Not only a set-piece coach that worked alongside Kevin Thelwell during his time at Wolves, which just seems to continue this trend of Kevin Thelwell seems to be getting his friends in, seems to be doing deals with his former clubs. Everything Kevin Thelwell does seems to be linked with his previous past, whether it be with clubs or whether it be with human beings, individuals or whatnot. Now, this could be normal. You could argue that, well, that's how you bring people in. You have experience with them. You have experience with clubs. You work with a club, so therefore it's easier to do deals. Or you worked with an individual and you know that they're good, therefore it's easy to bring them in. You can certainly make that argument, but for Thelwell's sake, it just seems to be everybody that he brings in, or everybody that he's got a connection with and he's involved with bringing to the club, they all tend to be shite. So people are looking at this new set-piece coach and they're looking, this guy used to work alongside Thelwell at Wolves. Is he going to be the next disappointment at Rangers? And it very well could be the case. But Scott Fry does leave Lincoln City to join Rangers. I believe this is one of their first ever coaches, I think, set-piece coaches. I'm not sure if Rangers have actually appointed someone with that title alone. I think it's a first, so that should be interesting. Fry, 47, joins from Lincoln City, who scored 30 goals from set pieces last season, the most in English League One, which is a lot. So if you can add 30 goals to your season from set pieces alone, and this guy is responsible for them, then of course he is worth signing. We're going to have to wait and see, though, if he can have the same effect at Rangers. But you probably look at Rangers and they're really not effective from set pieces, especially from an attacking standpoint. Don't really seem to score that many, at least in the last few years. So, and of course, I'm going to assume that this Scott Fry guy, if he contributed to 30 goals from set pieces, I'd like to think that he also helps stop concede goals from set pieces as well. So I think it would work both ways. If he is, if he's influential in helping you score from set pieces, he's probably going to play his part in helping you defend set pieces as well. So I would imagine that is how a set piece coach goes. I mean, I guess you could get attacking set piece coaches and you could get defensive set piece coaches, but I mean, at the end of the day, like, can't one guy kind of do both of those jobs there? It just seems like a waste of money if the club had to, hire multiple coaches, one to do the defensive work and one to do the offensive work. I mean, but who knows? I mean, it's football. People get paid to fucking carry bags around. So, I mean, at this point, who knows? I mean, Jesus Christ, if you can pay £8 million to bring in Sharmiti or Sharshiti or whatever you want to call him, then I'm sure you can waste a wage on two set-piece coaches. But either way, Lincoln Director of Football Jez George said the following about Scott Fry. He said, quote, "Scott leaves with our absolute best wishes. We went on a journey together in terms of our use of AI to improve our processes and design of set plays, which resulted in an outstanding outcomes and inevitably attracted the attention of other clubs. Scott made it clear that it would take a life-changing offer for him to leave, and while we have managed to rebuff a number of approaches, we respect that Rangers have provided him with an opportunity that he can't turn down." End of quote. So, yeah, Scott Fry said he would not leave unless it was a life-changing offer. Now, is that life-changing offer the opportunity to work for a club as big as Glasgow Rangers, or is the life-changing offer the amount of money he is being offered to work at Glasgow Rangers? By the way that was worded there by the Director of Football of Lincoln, it seems to be the former. It seems like he's been offered a salary, a wage that is simply too good to turn down. So God knows how much Rangers are paying this guy, but if he can add 30 plus goals like he supposedly did to Lincoln, if he can add that to Rangers, then I'm sure he will be worth it. And Danny Rose also commented on the appointment of Scott Fry. Danny Rose said the following about the signing, quote, We have Scott Fry now, and it was very important for me to get the best man for this part of the game. A lot of goals come from set pieces. If you're drawing a game, if you have a set play coach, then it gives you a good opportunity to score. You have to do a lot, and it is important that you have an expert around you who is working 24/7 for set pieces. Then he will help us a lot. It is about bringing things from the meeting room onto the pitch, and for this you need a specialist. We looked through the data, and who has the best data in set pieces, what makes sense, and what is possible in the market, and we found a shortlist. I spoke to some of the guys, and in the end, Scott did really well in the meeting. He had a clear idea of what he wants to do and identity in set pieces, and I am very happy to get him here. End of quote. So Danny Rowe, full of praise for the incoming Scott Fry. Also, Danny Rowe makes it sound like it was his idea, it was his pick. He had the shortlist. He liked what Scott Fry brought to the table, and Danny Rowe makes it sound like he was the one that ultimately wanted to go with Scott Fry, and possibly he was the one that had the deciding say. But is it just a coincidence that, again, this Scott Fry guy worked with Kevin Thelwell? Is Danny Rowe really the guy making the choices, or is he maybe trying to save face? I mean, who knows? Who knows? Maybe Danny Rowe was the one that brought him in, but it's just too much of a coincidence that it's it's the guy that used to work with Kevin Thelwell. So I don't know, or it could be that Kevin Thelwell and co. Maybe they provided Danny Rowe with a shortlist, and then Danny Rowe selected Scott Fry. Look, Scott Fry very well could be the best man for the job. He very well could be. If he's getting 30 plus goals a season from set pieces, then I'm not going to sit here and say shite, because the stats would suggest that he's actually very good. But it just seems to be that anyone that comes in with a link to the people like Patrick Stewart or Kevin Thelwell, anyone who comes in with a link to them is automatically just going to be getting scrutinised. They're going to be under the radar and almost like they're not trusted, almost like they're not given a chance or an opportunity. And I think Scott Fry is going to be that latest guy. But, his numbers look good. If he can replicate what he did last season and get 30 goals from set pieces for Rangers, then people will quickly give him a chance. If he's delivering those kind of numbers, if Rangers set pieces automatically, start improving big time, and they start conceding less for set pieces, and they start scoring more for set pieces, then of course Scott Fry, people won't give a shit about his connection to Kevin Thelwell. People won't care that he used to work with him at Wolves, and all people care about is the fact that they're getting a shitload more goals from corners and free kicks and stuff like that. So yeah, guys, there you go. Scott Fry, 47-year-old. He is the new set-piece coach of Glasgow Rangers. And I guess we'll find out sooner rather than later how he's going to get on in that role. But, I mean, you're looking at Hearts. We have a set-piece coach. We're top of the league. Football's changing, and I think most clubs are going down that route. So I think that in a few years, we'll probably see all clubs have a set-piece coach, and it just seems to be everyone's moving with the times. So yeah, Rangers bringing in Scott Fry to be their set piece or set play coach, whatever. Different wording, same fucking title, same job. Right, guys, that's it. Till next time, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. Let us know your thoughts down below. Scott Fry, is this a good appointment, or is this just another guy that is going to be stealing a wage at Rangers and being a liability on the wage bill? Let us know your thoughts down below in the comments. I'll catch you in the next one. Till then, peace.